Happy Wacky Wednesday, Ghetto. Hope you're all well today. Welcome back to your online program for Wednesday. Today's program will start with an 8-minute warm-up for quality, made up of alternating heaven and earth, knuckle drags, windmills, and jumping jacks. We'll go over to Jay for a demonstration on these. First up will be your alternating heaven and earth. So basically a lunge position, guys. Whichever foot is forward, the opposite hand will go down to ground to support you. So in this case, Jay's right foot is forward and his left hand is supporting him. He then reaches for his instep of his right foot with his right elbow and then reaches up to the sky, or the roof in this case. Small pause at the top of the movement before coming back down to his foot for 5 repetitions on his right. Now he changes over for 5 repetitions on his left hand side. This time, left foot forward, right hand goes to the ground to support him. He's just going to turn to his side so we can have a look at where he is in that position. So left foot forward, right hand down to ground to support. Reach for the instep, reach for the roof. Once you've done your alternating heaven and earth, you're into 10 knuckle drags. This will be 5 per side. I want you to have a look at Jay. He's staggered his stance, I should say. So left foot in front of right, or right foot in front of left. And then look to try and keep your, you want to keep your leading leg as straight as you can and bend your back leg. So whichever foot is trailing, whichever foot is the back foot, that's the knee that'll bend, keeping your front foot front leg, as straight as possible. Into 5 windmills. This time you're going to exaggerate the stagger in your stance. Left foot forward. Now you're going to run your left hand down your left leg as you reach up to the sky with your right hand. So whichever leg is forward, the opposite hand will reach for the roof. 5 repetitions on the left. Jay's going to swing around. His right foot will now be forward. Right hand runs down his right leg as he extends his left arm into the air. 5 repetitions per side on the windmills. Then moving over to jumping jacks again, to repeat of what we did yesterday, just to get the heart rate jacked up a little bit. 30 jumping jacks. Once that's done, head back to the start, starting at your heaven and earth again, and just continue through this cycle of movements for a total of 8 minutes. We'll be back shortly with an explanation of your midline work today. Welcome back, guys. Moving on to your midline accessory piece today. We're looking at doing 4 rounds. Each round consists of 2 movements. Those 2 movements will be flutter kicks and hollow rocks. How it's going to work is 3, 2, 1, go. Your first round starts with 40 seconds of flutter kicks, followed immediately by 20 seconds of rest. Once the 20 seconds rest is done, you move straight into your 40 seconds of hollow rocks, followed by 20 seconds of rest, and you're going to follow that sequence for a total of 4 rounds. There is no rest between the flutter kicks and hollow rocks, and no rest between rounds either. So you're literally going to work for this, in this particular case, you're literally going to work for a total of 4 minutes, with the rest coming in at the 20-second rest period only. Have a quick look at Jay. First up is going to be your flutter kicks, and this will be for 40 seconds. So lay back, elbows down on the ground, chest up off the shoulders off the floor, and from this position keep your quads locked out, squeeze your glutes nice and tight, and keep the range that you're moving your feet through, keep it a short range movement. This will be 40 seconds of work. As soon as 40 seconds is done on the clock, you'll stop at that point and rest. Straight after the 20 seconds of rest, you're going to go into 40 seconds of hollow rock. The hollow rock's a bit of an advanced movement, so if you are struggling with the hollow rock, I'm going to give you a scaled option shortly, but on the hollow rock side of things, please keep your hands above your head so that you don't see your hands at all. Please keep your quads locked out, point your toes, and create tension through your lower extremities as you perform the hollow rock. The scaled movement for the hollow rock will be a dead bug rock. So bring your knees as close to you, in fact, get your nose as close to your knees as you can. Holding that position, you're going to do the same rocking action as though you would be for the hollow rock itself. This will also be for 40 seconds, then going into a 20-second rest, repeating those 2 movements for a total of 4 rounds. Welcome back to your Wednesday program, guys. Moving on to your conditioning piece now that we've completed our midline accessory. Today's conditioning piece will be a 16-minute AMRAP. So in other words, we're going to do as many rounds as possible in 16 minutes. The 3 movements you'll be performing today will be 20 burpees, followed by a 200-meter run. If you don't have space to run, you'll replace the run with 100 running high knees. And then the third and final movement will be 10 thrusters, performed with a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or an odd object. First up on the burpees, as we've always demonstrated for you guys, get your hands as close to your feet as possible. Kick your legs back, chest and thighs reach the floor, all the way to full extension with a small hop at the top of the burpee to complete the movement. Once you've done 20 burpees, you then head out on your 200-meter run. If you don't have the space to run, as I've mentioned, you do 100 running high knees. So if you have a look at Jay, each leg raised up counts as a rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, until you get to 100. Once your 100 high knees are completed, we'll then move on to your thrusters. We are going to demonstrate all three options. We have a dumbbell option, a kettlebell option, as well as an odd object. First up is your odd object. Grab your kick bag, whichever object you've chosen to load with some weight, and then from there, keeping it at your chest, squat, break 90, stand to full extension with an aggressive press out at the top of the thruster. Please make sure, pause at the top for us, Jay. Please make sure at the top of your thruster, your quads are locked out, your glutes are engaged, and your belly button is pulled in nice and tight to create a nice straight line from ankle all the way through to wrist. That is your odd object thruster. If you do have access to dumbbells or kettlebells, first up will be a kettlebell. This will be a front rack position, guys. If you have a look at the position Jay's holding that kettlebell, the webbing between his thumb and his forefinger are in the corner of the kettlebell. From that position, he places the kettlebell essentially between his bicep and his forearm, and from there he'll squat and extend to a fully extended position for his thruster. This will be 5 thrusters on the right hand side because you've got a single kettlebell, followed by 5 thrusters on the left hand side. If you have a dumbbell instead of a kettlebell to do this movement, the movement pattern remains exactly the same. You're just replacing the kettlebell with the dumbbell. Squat and press to full extension. Please be certain that you are being aggressive with your legs and your glutes in this position. Do not make it an upper body dominant movement. Use your legs and glutes to make it as aggressive as possible through your lower extremities. Once your thrusters are done, you then head back to the burpees again, continue through those 3 movements for a total of 16 minutes to see how many rounds you can accumulate. We are looking for, I would recommend anywhere between 3 to 4 or more rounds would be a target that you guys could set for yourself. Have fun with this workout, guys. Look to find a pace on the burpees, the running and the thrusters that you can maintain a steady pace with as little rest as possible. Enjoy it. There is a recovery added in as well. Please be sure to follow all the links that we provided to ensure that you know what movements you're going to be doing. Have a lekker Wednesday, guys, and we'll see you on Thursday.